TNTM the Show presents TNTM the Show Lore, which is about how TNTM the Show, my story as Pablo Gunner of TNTM the Show, came to be. So here we go. Last, I was talking about how I was in the Navy, I was in the middle of nowhere in Dahlgren, Virginia, at my sea school. Continuing to pick up from there, I hung out with this other dude, Consuela. Don't remember his first name. Remember his face. Remember the last name, obviously. We used to hang out and we would make tacos together. And he had like this special like lime seasoning. He would like soak it in, like the meat and stuff that we would buy on the base and stuff. So we would have like our taco. We would just make tacos every once in a while. I don't think we had a Taco Tuesday, but it was tacos. We used to hang out and go to all kinds of places. I say all kinds of places. We used to hang out and we used to go to Hooters. There was a Hooters. I don't even remember what the name of the city was, but whatever the closest city was to Dahlgren, Virginia, there was a Hooters there. We used to go there all the time, and he would have me take pictures with a different Hooters girl every single time we went. And so I just had like a cavalcade of Hooters pictures on my well, no, not Facebook. Back then it was MySpace. On my MySpace. We went to this car show as well, and there's all kinds of models there. Had me taking all kinds of pictures with models. Oh, and that was a blast. Oh my god. That was such a good time. Once again, I'm not even like I used to be a big car guy when I played video games like Need for Speed. I got really into cars playing Need for Speed on the computer. I played a lot of that stuff, and I was obsessed with like Lamborghinis for a long time. And then I was like, the possibility of me ever having a Lamborghini is impossible. There's no point in me being interested in this vehicle anymore. Like I said, I wasn't a hardcore car guy anymore, but I went just because other friends were going. And I went to a concert in Milwaukee too with some guys. Gosh, what Warp Tour. Oh my God, that was a blast. Like that was the best Warp Tour ever. I mean, you had Avenged there. You had, oh my God, Silverstein was at a small stage back then. It was crazy. I also did go to another concert that was in, oh my God, Virginia Beach. We went to Virginia Beach, and that was Ozfest, and that was Avenged, and that was System of a Down, and that was Disturbed Rocked. They were the best band. I think they put on the best show I've ever seen in my life. Not even necessarily because of the music. Yeah, I love their first album, and they have hits, but like just the way they performed, like their vibe and their energy and their message was like so beautiful and wonderful and great. Getting back to it, yes, car shows, doing stuff that you don't see yourself doing because you just go with other people that are like, hey, we're going to go to the car show. You want to go? And you're like, screw it. I don't want to be stuck here by myself, especially I didn't have a car yet, right? And that was part of it, is that I just kind of went with people that had cars for a while until I got my own car. And then I got my own car, and I got a Ford Mustang. It was a GT, and it was convertible. Had some rust on it, but I got it for a good price. And oh man, I love that car. It was so great. Just driving up and down the coast of Florida was my thing. I got that in Dahlgren, Virginia, and that this is a big part of this story. This is why this story is part of this. You have to see the links here, which is part of it is my best friend back then was Slay J. And so he was on MySpace, and he said that he was going to school at Florida State. What is it, the Tomahawks or whatever? He said he was going to Florida State. At the same time, as I was a young guy, I was just going after chicks. I was just trying to get with chicks. I wasn't good at it, mind you. I was horrible at it, in fact. I was like, I'm gonna befriend as many chicks as I can, and there was this cutie that I saw on like his top 6 or whatever. And so I befriended her, and she actually hit me up, and she was like, hey, I want to know about the Navy. and stuff. So I was like, cool. So I was telling her about the Navy, which on MySpace, my name, my moniker was your friendly neighborhood sailor man. Yeah, it was bad. But hey, it worked. Anyways, we talked. We were talking a lot on the phone, and eventually I was like, "Hey, will you be my girlfriend?" Like this chick was just really cool and really funny and really great and stuff. I was just totally smitten with this chick. Anyways, I did visit her. One as soon as I got a break, I visited her. I met her for the first time. Super awkward at first, but then after that, it just clicked, and it was crazy. It was like we had known each other for forever, and it was awesome. And then, of course, because she was best friends with my best friend, like it worked. It's always cool when like your best friend is cool with your chick, or your friends are cool with your chick, amongst others. Like Marvin Goof totally loves my chick. You know, even the ambassador was cool with my chick. Like it was awesome, right? And so that was part of it. And so in the Navy, when I got the option to choose where I wanted to go, I could have gone to Hawaii. I wanted to go to San Diego. Wasn't able to go to San Diego. That wasn't an option for me. It was Virginia or Florida or Hawaii, and I passed on Hawaii just because I was like, I totally love this chick, and I was hoping I could hang out with my buddy in Florida because he said he was in Florida State. Well, it turns out he was lying. So part of the reason that I even chose Jacksonville in Florida was I won't say stupid, but it wasn't what it was. Now I do feel like I made the right choice because I did it for my chick. Because I was like, if I pick Hawaii, she's not gonna be able to afford to see me. I'm not gonna be able to afford to fly back to the States. You know, it's we're done. It's not gonna happen. I feel like she has big calves and thick thighs, and I'm like that's also a thing in Hawaii. I still feel like I made the right choice, even though I was lied to that Slay J was going to Florida State, that he had lied about that because he wasn't there. He hadn't, I don't think he ever gone. I never got the truth from him about so many things. But we'll get more into that later in another episode of TNTM the show, The Lore. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification thingy if you want to hear more tea and story. And check out our merch at TNTM the store, where you can get merch on sale with free shipping, super cheap, $14.99 and such. Thank you for watching and listening, my fellow nerds and amigos y amigas.